To stay with labor issues because the Tertiary Education Workers Union of Ghana, TEWU-GH, has issued a 7-day ultimatum to the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, demanding an immediate reversal of its directive mandating traditional public universities to swear in representatives of the Teachers and Educational Workers Union, TEWU-TUC, onto their governing councils. Now, the ultimatum follows a GTEC letter dated June 18, 2025, which officially recognized TEWU-TUC as the legitimate body to represent workers on the governing councils of the public traditional universities. He argues that the bargaining certificate held by TEWU-TUC does not nullify the rights of TEWU-GH, stressing that the Commission's decision undermines union pluralism and violates established processes. Now, we now have in studio the National President of the Tertiary Education Workers Union of Ghana, TEWU-GH, Sulemana Abdul Rahman, to discuss this matter further. Thank you. You're welcome to ChannelOne TV. First of all, there's a bit of, TEWU-GH, TEWU-TUC. What's the difference here?
Okay, so TEWU-GH is actually a union based in the public universities. We have our members covering all the public universities, and our name is unique. That is Tertiary Education Workers Union of Ghana.
Yes.
And TEWU-TUC, the differences here is that they have their majority members coming from GES, Ghana Education Service. So there's a clear distinction in between these two unions. Initially, we used to be with TEWU-TUC.
Okay, so you are a breakaway group now.
Yes, so we thought it wise, upon a lot of stakeholder engagements, the vice chancellors in the public universities, and they said no, the best way to deal with issues in the public universities is to have our own group, which is called Tertiary Education Workers Union of Ghana. So we are operating the tertiary space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you just have one union? I mean, that way you're stronger even in negotiations.
Yes. Thank you for the question. And that is why we even came out and then formed TEWU Ghana, that is Tertiary Education Workers Union of Ghana. Because you cannot be mingling with a union that is having members at the, secondary schools and GHS. Our conditions of service are not the same.
Okay.
So there's a clear differences when it comes to our welfare issues and all that. And one example I want to give you is this. You have Vice Chancellors Ghana, VCG. When they are having their meetings and all that, you will not find headmasters in secondary schools and JSS being mingling with them because their conditions of service is not the same.
Okay.
It varies, and there's a clear distinction of the tertiary and then pre-tertiary. Okay. So we are tertiary union, and then we operate within the tertiary spaces. Yeah.
Okay. So, but why this ultimatum, though? Because last time we spoke to you, you were quite confident about your upcoming meeting with the GTEC.
Yes. So this ultimatum actually came as a result of GTEC treating us very, very unfairly. Okay. Why do I say so? We had a meeting with GTEC, that is TEWU Ghana, on the 19th of June. And in that meeting, GTEC promised that they were going to write a letter inviting the two unions to sit down to resolve this issue once and for all. And we all agreed, which GTEC even wrote a letter to that effect. And we were supposed to have a meeting on the, 26th of this month, June. That is just a day, 2 days to come. That is Thursday. And all of a sudden, we received a letter yesterday from GTEC purporting to say that they have done some consultations, legal consultations, and that they have been advised that they should allow TEWU-TUC to be represented in the council, which we found very, very unfortunate. Okay. Because in all labor issues, when it comes to representation of various committees or councils, it is the majority union that actually represent the members, because you are representing a constituency, carrying the members' views to this particular, council meetings. So if you have a minority, example, KUST, TEWU-TUC has 125 members, and then TEWU Ghana has 750 members. So at what point can you change, this majority to minority, and whose views are they going to take to the university councils? And I can tell you that in some of the public universities, TEWU-TUC doesn't have even a single member in these public universities. And I can mention, how do you call it, Amstead, for example, Secretariat, for example, they have 0 numbers in these places. I can go on. There are about 6 or 7 public universities. They don't have even a single member. UDS, for example, they have 14 members against about 553 members. So at what point will you shortchange the majority to minority? It doesn't work that way. And in Ghana Parliament, we all witness what happens when, the administration, that is Nanado's government time, when there were some little changes of MPs that was, going for, independence and all that. We all saw what happens at the Parliament House. It was just about 2 differences. And we all know representation in the, in Parliament is simple majority. Even if someone is having 1 vote difference, the person represents the constituency in the at Parliament.
So in the next 7 days, what are you expecting of GTEC?
Yes, so our expectation is that we have been treated so unfairly. We are law-abiding citizens. We are expecting GTEC to humbly and simply withdraw this letter that they issued out yesterday, asking that the public universities where TEWU-TUC doesn't even have a single person, they should find someone to go and sit there.
And then do what? Reverse that decision and do what?
Yes, so we are asking them to reverse that decision and to make sure that they call all of us into a meeting, because when they were to put a stay on the representation of the university councils, GTEC didn't just sit at their, the comfort of their zones and then do that. We came together for a meeting, and it was a decision that was taken in a meeting that everybody should stay until the matter is determined or it is resolved.
Okay.
The matter has not been resolved, and as I told you, just last week we met with the GTEC director with his team. You promised to engage the 2 unions on 25th June. That's Thursday, 2 days to come. That meeting has not been organized yet, and you went ahead to issue a letter asking our members not to go into the university councils. We see this very unfairly, and GTEC director must withdraw this letter with immediate effect.
All right, we'll see how this matter unfolds in the next 7 days, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Suleiman Abdul Rahman is the national president of the Tertiary Education Workers Union of Ghana, TEWU-GH. Let's